Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Stampin' with No. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining me, thank you and welcome. And I hope all of you enjoy this month's October free card class to go. Before I actually bring the cards over, I wanted to show you the 3 stamp sets that I'm going to be featuring in this October free card class to go video. I'm in love with it. Everybody knows me, knows that fall's my favorite. And this is one of them, the Amber Autumn. We have the Autumn Tree, which it stamps beautifully. I'm just really amazed by it. And there is another video. Actually, I'm not sure the timing of when this one's going to come out and the other one. But I actually did a video focusing on this, die cutting and using my sponge dauber to get that fall look. So, if I get it done before this video, I'll definitely link it so that you guys can watch it, okay? And then, of course, the Perfectly Pairs, beautiful stamping. It's that distinctive and 2-step, which is perfect because if you're not good at stamping, this is a great stamp set for you because you don't have to be perfect. Being non-perfect is perfect with that stamp set. So let me bring over the first card and we'll get started. This is the first one, and I stamped the envelope, and it opens up like this. Okay, I love that ribbon. That is, I forget what it's called, but it has the old olive. Is it old olive? Yes, old olive with that gold glitter, which doesn't get on your fingers, which is, it's a bonus, right? Not walking away with glittery fingers. All right, so let me bring over the kit for that and then briefly go over what you are going to be getting in your kit. And let's see here. Let me make sure I have everything. I think I do. All right, let's get started. All right, so for this first kit, I've got these little pieces here. I thought they'd come out easier. I may have to go back to my old way of packaging my kits here. All right, you're going to get your envelope. You're going to get your card base that will come to you cut and scored. And just remember, those that have received my kits before, you have to give it another burnish because I don't burnish it very well as I'm putting it in, putting your kits together. All right, so just a reminder to go ahead and give it another good burnish. And because we're going to go landscape, I'm going to leave that there. All right, so what else do we get? We get the inside. And then the outside is going to come to you already embossed. This is a retired embossing folder. And it's just one that, you know, I keep around. It's not going to go anywhere because I just absolutely love how the leaves are going every which way. It's just really, really pretty. All right, then we've got, let's see here. We've got a tag, a label to do your sentiment. And then you're going to get 3 pieces of your cardstock. And then the ribbon, let me finish this. Getting a little sidetracked. I made eye contact with it and I lost my train of thought here. All right, so you're going to get 3 pieces of DSP, and I think it goes this way. I'm going to have to double check. Yes. So this one, and then this is directional, so you'll get that. Okay, now this ribbon is going to actually come to you in one piece because I don't want to force you in doing the new trick that I do now when it comes to tying bows and tying knots. So it's going to come to you in one piece, okay? But for the video, I went on and cut it ahead of time. All right, so I tend to like to start stamping first just to get that out of the way, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So let me bring over this one to do Grateful for You. I'm going to use the same sentiment. And then the inside, which no sentiment, but I'm going to stamp that beautiful pumpkin image. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, so let's see here. The inside, and it's this one from the Amber Autumn. It stamps beautifully if you like to do any blending with your colors and whatnot, or just just the way I did it, just stamping it, and it's good to go. It's just beautiful. All right, so got my early espresso. Now you don't have to worry about writing down colors or anything like this for this video. Part of my free card class to go, you do get a written tutorial that has all the cut measurements, descriptions, pictures, everything you need to know, especially if you want to replicate this card with different stamp sets, different DSP. It all works beautifully, and I provide you with all that information. All right, so I inked it up, and I'm going to go off the page slightly for the inside, give it a good even press, and there we go. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to move that off to the side. I'm going to do the same thing for my envelope. I'm going to do it on the outside, off center. Just a little bit. I say off center, off the page, just a little bit, off the envelope. There we go. I just like that look. All right, let me clean this off. Now, I really didn't need to bring over my foam mat, but because I had my piece of scrap there, it was just easier to grab all of it. So I am done with that. So let's see, my next, let's do the sentiment. I'll do the same thing that says grateful for you. I don't know about you guys, but come fall time, I tend to send more cards out. I think because I love fall so much that I tend to do lots of cards, more so than what I typically do. But I think fall's a great time to reach out to people that maybe you haven't contacted for a while. You know, getting close to the holidays and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and just center, and I'll trim off the edge, the ends. Ooh, I don't know if that worked. Oh, it did. Okay. I wasn't real sure. Okay, so I'm done stamping. I know I'm going to need the early espresso for something else, so let me just leave that out. I don't know where I need it, but I'll figure it out when it comes time, right? All right, get that out of the way. All right, so let's do some assembly. I love this beautiful paper. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know, I always say, I always have a new favorite, right? I had to answer a question for somebody. I even forget what the reason was. What was my not new, but what was my favorite stamp set? I'm like, I really couldn't answer it. So my answer is right at this minute, it was Amber Autumn. Now, tomorrow, if I come across another stamp set, that might be my favorite. And that's okay, right? All right, before I glued this flat, okay, now you don't have to, you can pop it up with dimensionals, but before you do any adhering, I think what we need to do is go ahead and glue these pieces, these 3 pieces of DSP to the cardstock, because you can see that I glued these flat. Everything's flat except this centerpiece. And then I wrapped the ribbon around. Now, you don't have to do that. You can put the ribbon behind this, but I just wanted to show that ribbon because it's sparkly and it's pretty. All right, so let's bring these over and glue these. Now, you know, with Stampin' Up paper, you know that they're double-sided, so you can, if you don't like these colors, you can always elect to switch them out. All right, so I'm just going to glue this flat. Do that. Now I'm not leaving, I think this is in right, I'm not leaving much of a border because I felt like it was going to take away from the pretty paper. So I wanted just a little bit, just kind of an accent to it. But I know some of you don't like that. You prefer the like 1/4 inch and whatnot. So recommendation then would be just to cut down the DSP if you wanted a wider border. Okay. All right. So the only thing you really have to worry about is this piece here being directional. This one can go either this way or this way, just your personal preference. Okay, so let's see here. I want to glue these down. So I'm going to bring this over. And I want to, never enough room. I'll do the same thing. I'll do it like this, gluing it flat, and then I'll come back after the ribbon and all that, and I'll do it like that. Okay, here we go. Going in. You really can't see much of the embossed piece, but it's just enough to add just a little bit of texture to it that I really like it. All right, so just, and it doesn't have to be precise. This is, you know, because you're working pieces at an angle, like this is not even, it's not that big of a deal. Don't stress over it, okay? Just however it lays down, just run with it, okay? All right, so I've got this piece. This is the longer piece, okay? And it's just a trick that I learned from a demonstrator. Now, this ribbon has, it's two-sided, but you can use either side. We've got this, which I think you guys can tell has more of a sparkle. And then when you flip it over, it has just a little bit more of the doll. It has more of the old olive look. All right, I'm all about sparkle. So I'm going to put the sparkle side up, and I'm going to put glue dots, mini dots on each end, wrap it, and then just adhere it flat. Now, if you don't have mini dots, you can use clear tape. Some people use tear-in tape. You know, whatever works that you like using. I don't recommend glue right now, only because it'll take time for it to dry, but you certainly can. I just like using the mini dot, most especially since the whole piece is going to be adhered flat. All right, so I got mini dots on both ends. So I'm going to give you guys enough that you don't have to stress over not having enough of the ends, right? All right, so it's about right there, give or take. So wrap it around just like that. Now, if you're going to use this technique, I recommend cutting your ribbon like I have. I think this is about 4 inches. Yeah, so cut off 4 inches if you plan on using the same technique that I'm getting ready to show you. All right, perfect. Now we can adhere this one flat. Make sure I don't do that upside down. So I'm going to glue this one flat. Again, you can pop it up with dimensionals if you like. And I'm putting a little bit of glue just on that ribbon. We don't want ribbon escaping. Make sure you don't put it upside down. And there we go. I think that's straight. Yep, that looks straight. Kind of hard from this angle, but that's okay. Now you can certainly put a mini dot here to tack it down, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to be good to go. All right, so I'm not done with that. Where's that other piece? Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and pop this up with dimensionals. Let me put my cap on my glue. All right. And you don't have to get crazy with the dimensionals. I'll put 3. You can put 4 if you like, or 5 or 6. I would not recommend 1. Forgot to bring my trash bin over. All right, so pay attention. Don't do it upside down because this is directional, like I said. And I'm just going to find the middle and tack it down. There we go. Beautiful. Now this piece, I'm going to slide it, and I have to turn it my way, guy. Sorry, I'm going to have to turn it at an angle so that I can see what I'm doing here. All right, so I'm just slipping it underneath, and all I'm going to do is just tie a knot. And I'm not even worried about if the ribbon is showing the dull, I call it the dull side. It's not really the dull side, but I don't know how else to distinguish the difference. And then just kind of flip it over. There we go. And pull. Yep. Might have to slide it down just a little bit. All right, I think we're good. And I'm good with where it is. I'm trying to flip it over to get both sides of the glitter part. There we go. Okay, and then I just need to trim the edges off. Oop. All right, and there we go. Oh, almost forgot that. There we go. Okay, so I want to trim the edges off. Now, what's great about this layout is you can almost get any type of label, and it will work. And I think I'm going to put one dimensional. Let me get a little one. Put that back so I'll have it when I go looking for it. I'm going to put a little bit of glue to tack it down. I hate covering up this pumpkin. They're just so pretty. So I'm going to move this one down. I had this one up higher. I'm going to move this one down. Did I pull the... Couldn't remember if I pulled that off. And just wherever. But I want that pumpkins to show. All right. Are we done? I think we're done with card number 1. Let me make sure. I just seem to go really fast. Maybe I'm talking fast. I don't know. All right. I love it. Beautiful paper. Okay. Card number 1 is done. Move this out of the way. Bring this over. Let me bring over card number 2. While you have something to look at while I'm rearranging here. I got this one here, and I did stamp. Love this. Beautiful stamp set. All right, so I do need that early espresso again. I knew I needed it on something. All right, so opens up this way. And this ribbon has been really, really pretty. It just gives enough texture. I forget what it's called. Something woven. Irregular. I don't know. It's a weird title. I can't remember. But it's just really cool. Just adds that texture. And then just a thinking of you. And then I stamp the tree and stamp the envelope. All right. So let me bring that stuff, the kit over, so you can see what you get. Slide this out. I don't want to lose that leaf. All right, you got your envelope. Oops. Your card base, cut and scored. This is your inside. Let's see, we're doing it this way. Let me go this way. Just so I don't forget. You've got this beautiful piece of DSP. Now, if you don't like it, we can switch the look, but I just thought that was really pretty. And then another piece of DSP strip, which is actually this piece. And then you have your label. This has, where does this come from? Traditional something. I am bad with names today. I thought I would remember it. Sorry about that. And then you have your die cut leaf. And then this strip. That goes right in here. And then this gorgeous ribbon. Now, again, this is going to come to you in one big strip, but I trimmed it, and I'll trim it as when I start to assemble this card, you'll see. But it's going to come to you in one length, just in case you don't like this, you want to do something else. I don't want to definitely restrict you in doing this, okay? So let's see here. We're going to stamp. Let me bring my paper over. I think everything's not photo rubber stamp. So let me just bring my foam mat over. All right, so let's do the inside, which is thinking of you and that tree. And we're going this way, and let's do the sentiment first. Because the tree, I'm doing it on the envelope 2 places instead of 1, so I'll just do the tree last. So I'm inking it up. It says thinking of you. And I think this makes a really nice masculine card. If you noticed, I did not add any bling to any of these cards because I may end up using some to send to family members, and I did not want to add the bling to it, but you certainly can. But all right, I'm going to ink that one up right there. Oops, I pressed a little too hard, but that's all right. I don't think I'm going to mess up. I just won't press super hard. All right, so I'm going to go off the inside there. I like that. Beautiful. And the envelope, I did that on the front. Ink it up. And again, going down just a little bit. I might be off the page down here. And that's all right. Yep. Perfect. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Stampin' Up will be discontinuing the cling, the rubber stamps, and I was really sad about it. I'm sad, but then I'm okay with it because sentiments, I love having it photopolymer so I can see. I can see what I'm doing. And you know what? I forgot to stamp the sentiment, so I did need that other color. I thought I was stamping it in Early Espresso, but I didn't. So let me bring that back out, and I don't have that stamp. So it's in another bin here. It's here somewhere. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay. Alrighty. Sorry about that. Let's see. All right. Back to Cajun Craze. Now this stamp set, this stamp image, sorry, the sentiment, I'm going to stamp off. I had trouble with it. I couldn't get it to line up correctly, and I can't tell if it's me or if it was actually the stamp itself. So I'm just going to test it. See, it goes down. I don't think it's me. I'm going to have to look at that stamp set a little bit closer. All right, so I'm going to tilt up just a little bit. All right, to me that looks centered and straight, so I'm going to go up just a smidgen. Yep, perfect. Sometimes you have to do that. Anyways, I do tend, now maybe you guys don't do that, I do tend to stamp off very first time I'm using a stamp set or stamped image, because you just never know. Better safe than sorry, right? All right, I think now we're done. So I can glue these things together. Let me move this over out of the way. I might have to use it again, we'll see. All right, so I'm bringing this over and going to adhere to the inside. All right, lost my tweezers. Okay. Yep. I have family coming this month. I'm excited. Haven't seen them for a while. They're just staying for a few days, but it'll be lots of fun. And let's see, we're done, right? We're done with that. So let's move to the outside. Now, I'm going to line it up before I adhere. Now these pieces are adhered flat. And it's going to go like this. Oops. And then like this. Now this piece is going this way, so this won't work. But if you end up getting a piece that is straight, I mean, you could always change it like that if you want. Or actually, you still could just by doing it this way. You can change your direction if you end up getting a piece like that and you prefer having more of that, I don't know, what is it, checkered plaid squares shown more. But I really like the tree, so I'm going to show the tree more. But that is, you know, an option. I'd like to try to give you guys options and not an absolute must-do. That's not the purpose of my free card classes. I like to share and hopefully inspire you guys to make more using the same layouts. All right, so this piece might be a smidgen longer. It's supposed to be flush. I'll trim off any excess when I'm done gluing down the 3 pieces. So this little strip. You know, sometimes I forget to cut just a thin piece of cardstock to use as like an accent. I'm always looking for, that's a little bit short. Well, I will make sure your guys' piece is definitely not short. If anything, it's going to be longer, but I'm not worried about it. It's all good. Anyways, what was I saying? I forget what I was saying. Oh, well. Oh, about the ribbon. I tend to look for ribbon, and I just don't think about pulling out a little strip of cardstock. All right. What I may end up doing is, that bothers me. I probably will take my trimmer afterwards, and I'll probably just cut this down just a little bit just to cut that off. So I'm not going to trim the excess piece of DSP because it'll get cut when I do the when I put the thing through my cutter, my trimmer. All right, so we are done. No, we're not done with glue. Well, yes, we are. Let's see. How did I do this? I'm going to trim this in half. Again, it's going to come to you as one whole piece. You can choose however you want to use the ribbon. And where's my piece here? I'm going to put just a little stamp and seal, maybe. Here we go. Just so that it'll adhere flat and not go anywhere. So I kind of want it like this is what I'm looking at doing. So, I mean, you can do that, right? Or you can do it more at an angle, however you want. I like it a little bit closer. That flat, there you go. And then you'll trim off if you feel that it's too long. Oops, it stuck to me. All right, I'm going to put some dimensionals. And definitely put a dimensional on top because you want that ribbon to not go anywhere when it gets tacked. You don't want it slipping through. All right, so this is really pretty. I like this. I may put, and we'll just see. Oops, see, now that just moved, didn't it? All right. I will fix that up. Get me some tear and tape. Tear and tape. Clear tape. And just, here we go. Not going to beat me. All right. I think that's good. I'm not going to worry about it. There. That will tack that down. Okay. Whew. Better to have it fall off now than when the recipient receives it, right? Okay. I think, see, I have this lower, but I like this tree, so I'm just going to put this up higher. And I will trim off excess ribbon, but you don't have to. If you like it long, go for it. I'll put that one there. I think that'll work. And oh, I need the leaf. I'll put that, just a little bit of glue. Tack it down. I like it hanging over. I just like that look. There we go. Beautiful. And this, another one, you know, it is a great masculine card. You can easily switch that to happy birthday. Especially those guys that like to go hunting. It's perfect time of year to send it to them, I guess. All right, so we got this thinking of you. Your envelope. Stamped. So there is card number 2. All right, so let me move this out of the way and bring over one of my favorites, the perfectly paired. Now in this one, I used the large banners. I can't believe how big it is. It's just, they're awesome. They do make great scrapbooking die cuts, but you can definitely use them for cards. And then when you open it up, this stamp image, not image, but words, sending good vibes, is from this stamp set that I recently received. I think this is an online. I'm pretty sure it's an online, but it's called The Right Words, and it really is. It's a great title because it's got a little bit of everything in it. And this is a stamp set that you probably would keep in your stash for a very, very long time because it does cover different things. This is great for someone, especially people that are changing jobs. I really don't like that you're leaving, but I hope you love where you're going. That's a perfect one. And then, of course, the thinking of you and happy birthday and sympathy and all that is in here. So this is a great stamp set if you need some variety. All right, again, I'm pretty sure it's from the online. All right, so let me bring over everything we need with this. And let's see here. I think it's just one color ink. Yeah, that's Secret Sea, my new favorite. All right, so let's see here. We've got our envelope. Ooh. Envelope. Card base cut and scored. Inside, let's see, we're going this way. Inside, sentiment. Here's that banner. Be die cut. And then you'll get a circle, probably one of each. It just depends on when I do my assembly line what you get. But I just wanted to show you, you might get one or the other or both, who knows, one of each. So, so you got your circle to stamp. Then this linen thread, I will go ahead and tie the knot for you and leave you guys a tail long enough that if you want it long, you can certainly do that. And then the DSP die cut. And then this one, you'll probably get one of each. Again, I'll try to mix it up as best as I can, but I wanted to show you the difference, okay? And then again with this ribbon, I love this ribbon. I'll give it to you as a whole piece, and you can elect to cut it if you use the technique that I used on that first, was it the first card? First card. But I went on for purposes of the video to go ahead and trim, and actually it's about cutting it in half, really, to do the knot again, okay? All right, so let's get going. Stamping, I need my piercing mat. Let's do the inside. And sending good vibes. Secret Sea, beautiful color. It's a very rich color. Sending good vibes. All right. You know what's crazy is I never thought I would like this stamp set, the Perfectly Pairs, but oh my gosh, the paper is just drop dead gorgeous. You can't help but fall in love with it. Inking it up the flower is off. All right, that looks good. All right, so the envelope, I did the flap. I think you guys have seen my trick when it's supposed to look staggered. On the flap, I go straight across center, turning it, obviously. But I just go straight across, and then I go in at the ends and fill in. I just found that that was easier. And then just make sure you fold the flap over so you don't get any ink on the front, and do the exact same thing. Just twist and turn. Here we go. Just found that it was easier to do it that way. All right. Envelope, we need to stamp. Now this one, I took 2 different stamps from the Perfectly Pairs stamp set, lined them up, but I wanted to do this particular card different because I have somebody in mind that's going to receive this. So this one says a good friend is a gift, and that is also from the Perfectly Pairs stamp set. So this one, I'm going to go up a little bit higher, I think. Yeah, that's good. I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm on a roll on stamping. I've done really well. I've not messed up too bad. All right, we're done stamping. All right, let's make some room. The fun part. Okay. Let's put some pieces together. So let's do this ribbon right here. Oops. Yeah, you can see it. So again, I'm going to use the sparkly. I would take the longest. If you end up cutting it, you can cut it in half, but I didn't cut this in half. I actually did 2 measurements, but same thing. Put mini dots on both ends, or whatever adhesive you want at both ends, and then wrap it. You don't want to come off. Come on now. I know, mini dot, you want to get on this beautiful page. Beautiful paper. All right. There we go. And then just wrap it. Now you can take it all the way up. I like leaving a little bit of the banner showing. And then just wrap it. Oop, it stuck to me. There we go. Okay, now I intentionally off-centered. I just like that instead of putting it in the middle, but you could put it wherever you want. And same way as I did the first card. I'm just going to slide it through, and let me twist it better this time. Now, come on, you. Here we go. And then just tie the knot like so. There we go. And then trim off. You could wait until your project was done, but I know that I like it off-centered, so if you end up tying it and it is in off-center and you want to move it to the center, it should slide over easily. All right, and we can go ahead and adhere. I'm going to put a little dot underneath just so that it doesn't go anywhere. I can see it popping just a little bit, so I want to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we can start putting this card together. Let's do the inside. So the way you get, you're able to get these cards is you place a minimum $45 order through my online store before tax and shipping, and I will send you these card kits at the end of the month. And you'll actually get 6 kits. You get 2 of each design. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and I popped both of them up, so I'm going to do that. I know I don't typically do it, but I felt like it needed it. It was calling my name to add dimensionals, so. And I would avoid wherever that knot is. There we go. And then if you place a order over $75, you'll get the kits, and also get you also get written tutorial, which I think I mentioned that earlier in the video. I will provide you a PDF of the written tutorial. It does sent to you via email, and orders over $75, you'll get the kit, the tutorial, plus a pack of dimensionals, because everybody needs dimensionals. All right, there, that looks good. All right, let's add, I forgot to adhere that one flat, so let's do this. Let me add that. Might be off camera, sorry if I'm off camera. All right, let's do this. And then on orders over $100, you'll get everything that I just recently mentioned, plus I'll throw in a pack of not dimensionals, but embellishments. All right, so we're going to do some more dimensionals. Might have to get me another pack here soon. Oops. All right. And then if you would like to get these kits, if you could place your order by 27 October, that helps me. That gives me a few days to turn these kits around and get them in the mail to you by the end of the month. All right, so I'm just going to center that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then, let's see, I'm going to go this way. I like that, so I'm going to adhere that flat. Oops. Yeah, I like that. And then, how about right there? Let me go this way, maybe. Oh, I like that better. I don't know that I need I'm just going to add some glue. I don't think I need dimensionals right there. Yeah, I like that. And then this, I'm going to tack right there with some mini dot. I think one should do it. And I'll put that on there. It's a big mini dot, so I'm going to roll it back. Try not to get my fingers, use my nails. All right, and then just tack it flat. That's perfect because it's not over a dimensional, so when it goes through the envelope, it will flatten down just like this one will, because there's no dimensional behind that knot. So that's perfect. I'm going to trim my tails just a little bit. All right. I don't know which one I like better. I think I like them both. All right, we done? I think we're done. Card number 3, right? All right. Let me bring these back over so you can take one more look. All right, card number 3. Card number 2. Thinking of you. I think I'm sending good vibes. Oops. And then card number 1. I don't know what my favorite one. I kind of like this one because of the pumpkin pie color. I just like the color with it. But I really like that. So I don't know. Tough decision. I like them all. That's why I have so much fun doing this, because I absolutely enjoy what I'm doing. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Again, if you can place your order by 27 October, that will help me guarantee that I get the packages out to you by the end of the month so that you guys can work on it and get these cards in the mail for November. All right. Thank you. Any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Appreciate it. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. I enjoy seeing the thumbs up and comments and whatnot, and I know YouTube likes it. So you're helping me and helping me get through YouTube. So again, thank you. Take care. Have a wonderful week, and happy stamping to you all. Take care.